closer look at the top political headlines this week. And joining us are Deputy Political Director Averi Harper and ABC White House correspondent MaryAlice Parks. Good morning to both of you. So, Averi, let's start with you because we know former President Trump has been in a New York City courtroom all week for his hush money trial. It's keeping him off the campaign trail. So how are voters reacting to all of this?
Right. Well, it's certainly not doing anything to expand his base of support. While he's in the courtroom, the longer he's there in the courtroom, the longer he's not able to be on the campaign trail, sharing his vision for the country with voters. We've seen him try to take advantage of the media attention on the trial, speaking to cameras every single day. But that's just not the same as being out in some of these big battleground states. So next week, Wednesday, court is slated not to be in session. So he is going to make his way to both Michigan and Wisconsin, an effort to make up for some lost time.
So, some lost time when he's in the courtroom, but still dominating the news. So, MaryAlice, let's turn to President Biden and his campaign because he is out there and he's really trying to draw a contrast between himself and Trump.
Exactly. Look, President Biden's campaign, they don't think that they have to talk too much about this New York criminal trial. One Biden campaign source told me just this week, they said that one of the best things they can do is actually say very little. Look, they think that it's really hard for former President Trump to look like a presidential candidate when he also looks like a criminal defendant. I mean, the Biden campaign talks a lot about this one kind of voter, this former Republican, kind of conservative voter who in the last few years has been turned off by Trump, turned off by some of the extremism, some of this chaos. And the Biden campaign claims that they are finding more and more of these voters. And so even though they don't think that the average voter cares that much about the ins and outs maybe of this trial, they care about their own lives, paying their own bills, they think that they can capitalize on this just looking like so messy for Trump, and that that's the message they really want to send home to those sort of former Republican voters that they're trying to win over.
And the president making sure to point out that he's not watching the trial, he says, because he's out there campaigning. And Averi, another major issue playing out right now, abortion, of course. Lots happening on the issue next week. What do you expect?
Right. In Arizona, we're going to see lawmakers there potentially vote to repeal that 1864 abortion ban. A reminder that a law does not have exceptions for rape or incest. And then in Florida on the same day, we're going to see that 6-week abortion ban go into effect. Earlier this week, President Biden was out in Tampa. He was speaking about reproductive rights. Vice President Kamala Harris is going to be there in Jacksonville this week, speaking about the issue, highlighting the issue. And both of them putting the blame squarely on former President Trump for these state abortion bans that we've seen passed across the country. The Biden campaign really hoping that this issue is going to drive voters to turn out to the polls in November.
And MaryAlice, shifting gears here, let's talk about those auto workers in North Carolina reaching an 11th hour deal overnight. A strike there could have had big implications for the election.
Huge. North Carolina is a major battleground state, one that Democrats are really hoping to pick up this year. Interesting to see that union really flex its strength in the South, not traditionally their strong turf. The union workers there, the part of the Daimler sort of truck manufacturing plant, they want a 25% raise increase. Also some health care benefits. So really a big victory. Like you said, it was in the 11th hour, just minutes before thousands were potentially going to go on strike. And this comes just after last week. We saw workers at a plant in Tennessee vote to unionize. I mean, this is definitely a big moment for auto workers, but obviously we've been talking so much about the labor union just across the country.
MaryAlice Parks and Averi Harper, thank you so much for joining us. As always, great insight there.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.